Hi everyone, Brittany here from Elise Ton Designs, and today we are covering the tenuous task of doing an invisible zipper. Now ask any sewer what type of zipper they least like doing, and that would be this one. It is quite difficult, but as soon as you get the hang of it, it's quite easy. See, I've already gone and done one side, and now about to do the other. So you want to start with sewing up the center back seam. This is the way I do it. It's the way I find most easier for me. I have done it without doing the center back seam up all the way to where the zipper will end. But this, you will later see, is kind of a lot easier, and you can see where your zipper is going to end and match up. I have trimmed the waist seam there so that you get less bulk. I am zipping up the zipper so that I know where the end is, where the pull is going to be, and making sure that that waist seam is going to match when it is zipped up. So I will go ahead and pin this up at the top, and then we will go ahead and continue with pinning all the way down the seam, making sure that it's straight. You can pre-crease the opening as you see fit, which is what I've done. So I just have a slight guide there showing me where the seam allowance will end and where I want my zipper teeth to start. If you improperly align your zipper, you will see something like this that I'm showing here. It's going to be building up at the bottom there, so you want to eliminate that and make sure the zipper lies nice and flat like it does here. So with it all pinned and we are ready to sew, I use a plastic, yes it's plastic, I've had this zipper foot for ages. It's just sort of special to me by now. It works with industrial machines. You'd have to look into seeing whatever works with your machine that you use, but this one, it's cheap and it does it justice. You know, it works quite well. You just have to roll the teeth over slightly like I was doing there, just to get it aligned properly. It will take some time to sort of see where you want your needle, but just keep an eye on that needle and making sure that it is close to the teeth, like I'm talking just about going to go in them. And you can hear it if your needle does go into the teeth, and just immediately stop, pull out, and correct. So I'm just finishing up with the rest of the zipper, going nice and slow, rolling over those teeth a little bit so that the needle gets right in there next to it. That will make sure that you don't see any of the zipper when it's closed up. So when you get to the end, it's quite tricky. That is why I sew up the seam in the beginning. But if you're worried about it, not controlling it, then sure, leave the whole center back seam open, and that might make it easier for you. And I've successfully closed the zipper, nice, and you'll see that there's a tiny little pucker right here, where that's just where the zipper ends. So what you want to do is, since I have two layers, I have to do this twice, but you can see where they don't quite match up and there's a little pucker there. So I'm going to unstitch just a teensy bit and re-sew a line using a traditional zipper foot, you know, the one that's very, very slim and that can get you close to the edge there. So I'm just matching up those two stitch lines. If it ends up being slightly above your zipper stitching, that's okay. It will sort of cover up any puckering that would be there anyway, so get it as close to the stitching as you possibly can. And here is the final product, the back of the dress. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time, and happy sewing.